Oh, there's smallies, dude. There's a big school of them. We aren't really doing any fishing today. We were basically hunting. We were targeting big spawning smallmouth. We got the step ladder. We got one of the clearest lakes in North America, basically. And hopefully we got some big smallmouth on beds, because we get just a perfect sunny, calm day for this. This is what you come up here for, Northern Michigan. A perfect day of sunny, no wind, and big spawning smallmouth. And look at that water. You can see, what's the clarity on this, like 30 foot?
At least, yeah. No, I'd say 20, yeah, 20, 30.
Yeah, it's like Caribbean clarity, Caribbean blue. This should be a blast. I feel like a pirate on a crow's nest. About 5 feet up on a ladder, and this is how we're trying to spot these smallmouth. We got the outboard on. He's directing the boat with the trolling motor. I'm up on the ladder, and we're cruising these flats, looking for these smallmouth that are either just kind of roaming around, making beds, anything like that. So we're not gonna stop moving until we find a good concentration of them. Nope, that's a rock. That's a rock, it's not a fish. All right, we've located our first fish on a bed. You can probably see it. It's right. Nah, there's a glare.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna.
No, I think you can't. It's next to that big boulder. Right there. Poor fish is so obvious. He sticks out like his sore thumb. All right, so we got the drone's eye view. Dude, throw that tube in there. Get some on the bottom.
I'm going to. You keep running that out.
Yeah. Guys in the South, I know, love using white on beds, and the main reason, because you can see it. You accomplish two things with a pink tube like this. Smallmouth, for one, pink fires them up, gets them aggressive. They hate pink. And two, you can see it very clearly in this water. So that fish didn't really bite the natural tube and drop shot. So you think Pinky's gonna do it? Pinky's gotta do it. This fish is in a pretty negative mood though. He's not that aggressive.
No, he's swimming off after it.
It looks like a good 4-pounder.
Yeah, that's 4. No.
He got snagged in the tube, so we switched angles, got the tube out, and now we're casting the fish from a different angle, hoping he'll fire at this angle. Oh, you got him. Is that like an average one out here? It's like a 3-pounder.
Let's see, I'll tell you, that might be below average. Kind of a small one.
Yeah.
The fat though, see how healthy it is?
Yeah, that might be a little female, just because
I think it is, yeah, it's fat, it's heavy.
One fish down, many to go hopefully. We need a big one. 5-6 pounders is the goal. 6 is lofty, but a 5-pounder I think is attainable.
Oh yeah, you could have 23 pounds would be a good day.
All right, I'm back up on the crow's nest because we have now spotted decent bed number 2. We've seen a couple 12-inch males, but we're going after just bigger fish. Bed right around there. We're using tungsten drop shot weight instead of lead, and you can really see a difference. And you can feel, because this is all sand, and when you're dragging it along the sand until you get to the bed, once you hit the bed, you can feel the pebbles with that tungsten. That makes me feel better about myself. It was empty. But that is such a massive bed. Nobody's home on that one, so we marked the bed to come back later potentially and keep moving. Just spotted another fish, and this one looks like a mondo. This one looks like a big one. So I'm hoping this one's gonna cooperate. First one took a little bit. Other two, there was nobody home. This one's got a bite. That guy's still right there.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. He's just super tan.
Is that him? That tan thing? No.
Yeah, it is. Look at it. It's moving.
Oh my god.
Drop right on it. See what he does.
Hold on. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Really?
How many times did we take
Oh
a
my
cast
God.
there?
That was not a smart one.
This is why, yet another prime example of why spawning smallmouth need to be protected. We cast it on it so many times, we're like, oh, there can't be a fish there. You didn't hit, because these fish usually, you get it on their beds. We must have just been missing or something with the angle. Yeah, that's a tubby one. I can't believe that.
Oh, really?
That's just a big, like 3.5, 4 pound male.
This is the way to weigh fish. Go through the bottom with the call tag because it's soft, doesn't harm them whatsoever. People will take this stupid hook, put it right in their gills. That.
Oh,
Chill out.
High threes?
4 or 5.
4 or 5, okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot bigger than it looks. There she goes. Bye, fishy. He's right back on his bed. These guys get Parent of the Year award. We have found another bed. We're in the thick of them now. There's him. There he is. Finally, I got one of these fish, and this is another. Yeah, this is another 4 pounder. Come here, Sally. Oh, he just started water skiing.
Yeah.
Paralyze them. There's a beautiful fish. You know about that, right? Like if you hold them by their belly.
That's why. That's why.
A paralyzing trick. If you guys didn't know that, smallmouth, you grab them by their bellies for whatever reason, it paralyzes them a little bit. They don't move.
Going back over to its bed.
Another beautiful male. We're gonna drop him, I should say. Let's be politically correct nowadays. There are genders in bass. This is a male. Yeah. Ooh, dude, the female's right there.
Oh yeah. Hello. All right.
Wait, should we put him in the box and try to catch that one?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a big one. Okay, you got to do that. That's what I mean. See how she came out of nowhere?
Yeah. We're about to let this fish go on his bed, but we got to keep him prisoner in the live oak for 2 minutes while we catch the big female. Then we can let them both go. We'll just drop that bass. We'll mark it and come back. All right. Sorry, fish. Hope you enjoyed your stay.
This one, another cast. We'll go up and we'll come back shallower. Go back and forth.
There's one. There he is.
Oh,
it's a big one,
yeah,
dude.
I saw the big ones up there, white, like that.
Yeah, he was way into that boulder. Well, that's a big one. Oh, that might be close to 5.
Yeah, that'll be
Perfect.
pretty heavy.
Oh, that's got to be a 5 pounder.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Shallow enough.
That's all day.
Yeah.
Right in the roof of the mouth. Perfect. That's why that drop shot. Oh, he was barely hooked. He just came right out. Whew. There we go. There's a giant one. Just caught this big one fan casting across the big boulder. She's not a giant, but it's getting close. I think it's around a 5 pound fish. Biggest one I've caught of the trip so far. We put her in the live well just for a minute to cool her down while I set the camera up and got all this stuff out. Because I don't want to hold the fish out of the water.
Barely 19.
Yeah, 19-inch fish.
19.
I'll bet you it's a very close to 5 pounds, if not 5 pounds.
Easy. 415.
415.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just caught this fish. It's 415, basically a 5 pounder, 19 inches, Northern Michigan Gigantor. I'm not even sure if this is a male or female either. It's got the girth of a female, so I'm gonna guess it's just a big old female. Again, like I keep saying, conservation of these fish is so important. This fish is probably upwards of 20 years old. It takes a very long time to grow smallmouth this big up in the north. All right, we're gonna get a couple pictures and let her go back on the boulder. So like I said, these are my favorite fish in the world to target. It's incredibly important to take good care of these fish. They're so old and they're very vulnerable this time of year in the spawn. A lot of times when there's beds, you got to get it that exact angle of a drift through their bed, or else they won't bite it. That time it took like 4 or 5 casts. Looking at a new bed right there.
Doesn't look like it, eh?
Yeah, there's one on that.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, there's another big one on it. That's how we're finding these fish. We're basically just idling around these giant flats, sometimes going 20, 30 miles an hour, because these beds are so obvious, they just glow. So we just fly down the flats when we see one, point it out and pitch to it. It's a lot of fun. It's like hunting. And how could you hate it on a beautiful lake like this? I love northern Michigan. There he is. Finally got this one. Oh, it's another big one, dude. Nice. Yeah, it's another 4. That's big in my book. Depends how tall and girthy he is. He might, yeah, he's like 4.5. Sweet. Oh yeah. Shaky head to the face. Oh. Not quite as big as the last one, but that's still a 4-pound fish. Dude, they are freezing.
Yeah, they just pulled up.
They are so cold. Another beautiful, what's the water temp? 57-degree water temp, June 5th. And these fish are just now pulling up to spawn. Bleeding a little bit where I hooked them. Do you want to get a weight? I mean, it's like, I don't really care that much. It's like 4, 4.5.
I'd like to know. You want to check it real quick?
Yeah, sure. This is a big old fish that is just completely pelagic all year. It's never really accessible outside of the spawn. How heavy we got?
4.2.
4.2. Another 4.2. This has been another unreal day of smallmouth fishing. It's so amazing to come out here and catch these big old fish, because like
21.6 right now.
Yeah, we have like 21 pounds of smallmouth right now for our best 5, and it's like, what time is it? It's 2:20.
We didn't even caught a 5-pounder yet.
Yeah, I call it a 5, but it was a 4.15. But
oh yeah.
The thing about these fish is that a lot of places in the country where there's big smallmouth, you can catch them all year round. Here in northern Michigan, the lakes are featureless. They're super deep. These fish are basically pelagic all year round, and all they do is they suspend over deep water, 60, 70, 80 foot, and they just roam around bait fish schools. So they're extremely hard to target. These fish you rarely ever get a chance at outside the week or 2 in June when they spawn. So to come out here and be successful at targeting these big fish in a place where you can't really target them other than right now, it's really awesome and special. And the water's just beautiful. That's why it's not like Green Bay, it's not like New York, anywhere like that where you can catch them year round on like summer shoals and rocks. There's nothing like that in these lakes. So all they come up shallow to spawn, and then the rest of the year they're out deep and you can't touch them. Well guys, it's been fun. We've caught some great fish, but it's been kind of a grinder in that we've seen our tracks. We've covered probably 30 to 40 miles of shoreline today looking for these small packs of spawning fish. And it's getting to be near the end of the day. It's 5 o'clock now. We've been out here since we launched at like 8, right? Yeah, another long day in the water, another long day in the sun. Pretty dark right now. I got a sweet tan line going on, I'm sure. We might check 1 or 2 more spots, but the day is wrapping up very quickly.